Hello and welcome to the Ep.5 podcast. I got chicken nuggets for us.
Such a unique
Is
intro.
anybody else mad? Like,
No, I was waiting to see where you're gonna go with that.
Yeah, I was hoping like you'd add on something to that yourself.
no, I'm just trying to eat my nuggets.
Damn.
I'm gonna now demonstrate how all 5-year-olds eat chicken nuggets. Nah.
Hey
I work at
yo,
McDonald's.
what's going on, guys? This is Whack Podcast episode 5 coming out probably not even 24 hours after episode 4 came out. Yeah, that was my
Don't
fault.
say that. Don't say that.
Mm,
Probably gonna upload this
no,
in 2 months
we're
from now.
pushing it. And then blame it on us. Hey guys, waiting for title. Title, guys. Title, thumbnail. Anything?
I taught. Okay. Ow.
Anyway, so what's been going on with you fuckers? It's been a minute since we talked.
I went and toured a college yesterday.
What college?
Like, I'm gonna say that. I
I
don't really
don't know if you want to share that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I went to check out a graphic design program, and that was really cool. Yeah, the place seemed really chill, although it's a selective program, so they only take like a total of 32 students, and I think there's like 60 something that applied there. But from what I hear, none of the other ones are like, well, very few are actually motivated to be a part of this program, so I feel like I have a good chance.
I hope they laugh at your application.
It's fucked up.
No, I talked to the head of the program, and he was like, you know what? You came down here to check out the program, you're already doing more than what all the other people are doing.
I stand by what I said.
I already applied. They haven't laughed at it yet.
You didn't hear them laugh
Waiting
because they
for the
haven't
prime
let you in.
opportunity.
Okay,
Anyways.
bye.
Cynic.
So is the kid
Okay,
still in high school
Yeah.
in Alabama? Fucking faggot.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
He says, yeah.
What about it?
Degrees.
Yeah, I mean, like, what am I
He's
supposed to do?
Leave
Oh.
Alabama.
I'm gonna leave Alabama, like, the moment I can.
Watch you just get stuck there for the next 50 years, working some minimum wage job, living in a trailer park.
I mean, wouldn't be the first time.
Nice.
Alright, Cynic, what's been popping with you?
Not much. Same old shit. Just work, basically.
And trying to figure out this recording issue shit.
Yeah, I'm about to just say fucking start up an OnlyFans account so that way, I could just post pictures and don't have to worry about recording footage for anything.
I swear, bro.
Yeah, just get a nice DSLR and take photos every now and again.
Mm-hmm. Alright, guys, this is my before and after pictures of eating Chipotle. What do you guys think? I clearly did not wipe in the second picture.
Oh, very nice.
That's that kinky
Yeah.
shit. That's the people pay extra for.
Fuck yeah, we all just kind of bonded a little bit. Can you imagine like doing that type of content and then like people actually recognizing you in public?
Oh my god. It's like
How would you?
beat your dick to my shitty asshole. Like, and imagine if you were with your
Want to
parents.
do a collaboration?
A collaboration. Oh no. Hey, I like that shitty asshole pic you took where you refused to wipe. You wanna collaborate? I don't know. Maybe I shave my pubes on top of that
Mind if I
chocolate
get a
starfish of yours
mind
that
if
we
I get a
just posted?
spoonful?
Oh no!
I'm eating chocolate. I'm eating chicken nuggets right now, guys.
And
And
that's
somehow
making you think of
they're even more
chocolate.
delicious.
Good old chocolate starfish content. Top notch, boys. Top notch.
I swear.
I gotta go take this bowl to the sink. I'll be right back.
Oh, there goes Weenie. Alright,
Yep.
this is the part
Is
where
it-
I talk
internet
about my
just
day.
cuts out.
While he's gone, I'll talk
Wait.
about my
Yeah,
day.
yep. Hurry up.
So I started doing traditional school. Got out of virtual because I was holding on to a very bad grade in pre-calculus, and magically now I have a 100 in pre-calculus, and it's like easy as shit. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
That was very anticlimactic.
I didn't even hear any of it, and
You
I'm
weren't
happy.
supposed to. Exactly. That's why I did it while you were gone.
Because you know I would just bully you for it.
Probably.
I'm a good person.
It's all fun and games until I just quit the podcast.
I mean, go for it.
Damn, you right.
I mean, actually, no. We need somebody to record these.
Fuck you.
Low key. I mean, high key. Very, very high key.
Alright, so like,
Yeah.
anybody got any idea what the hell we're fixing to talk about?
Babies, where do they come from? Any idea, boys?
Okay, so I've got a whole elaborate
my
plan.
ass.
Like,
Uh-huh.
I've thought about this before, right? So,
You don't
And this-
need a woman to have a baby.
This involves planning.
yes.
Yeah, Planned Parenthood.
So basically,
Mm. That's what stairs are for. It's like an eraser. Anyways, as you were saying,
so anyway, right?
Yeah.
The mommy and daddy love each other very much, right? Then, the dad is like, bitch, get
Or
out my
not.
house.
It was probably a one-night stand. Let's be real.
The dad is like, get the fuck out of my
They're
house,
probably an
bitch.
accident.
And then the wife is like, or the soon-to-be wife is like, okay, I'll leave. And then she finds herself homeless because she's too sorry to get her own job. So she comes back with a kid this time, and he's like, okay, I'll let you stay because you have a kid that belongs to me. So then they stay each
Then they
other,
jack that kid up on heroin
and the dad
and laugh.
beats the mom relentlessly every day until that child is 4 years old. And then they beat the child until they're 18.
I was gonna say, why does it stop
They-
at 4 years old?
They both have collaboration.
No, just the dad. By this
Okay.
time, the mom is either moved out or dead.
Oh, okay. Probably both.
Your mom chose moving out part.
Yeah. Yeah. Not just out, but like up and far and out.
My
Yeah.
mom almost chose the dead part. I think so, at least.
Dude,
This is getting dark.
dog.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell to talk about.
So you just talk about your mom almost committing suicide? Is that?
No,
that
it
where we're
wasn't
getting at?
suicide. It was almost beat to death.
Oh. It's still
I'm
kind of.
gonna shoot yourself.
I'm gonna shoot yourself.
I mean, I'm just coming up with
with
shit to
my
talk
tons
about.
of vengeance.
Oh, I thought you said you were gonna shoot me with
um,
your tongue. I was like, wait a minute.
Of vengeance.
So what do you
yeah.
guys think about our new president?
I haven't seen literally anything that he's done, so he's alright.
I am expecting that if
You're
he's still
expecting?
hold up, if he's still president when the pandemic ends, I'm expecting all the preschools across the nation to just be like open, like all the gates and shit removed, because let's be honest, Biden just loves to touch kids. So he
Almost
supports
definitely.
that. Yep.
Yeah, he's gonna go on a tour every single elementary school in America.
He's gonna make an executive order where every child's room is not allowed to have blinds on their windows.
He's gonna sign all their asses.
Anyways, on a serious note, so getting back to gaming, then, I wasn't. I
On
can't.
a serious note.
On a serious note, games, no, but
Yay.
I can't remember if you were here, Exil, or not. We were talking about Warner Brothers' new patent. Were you here?
Yeah, I just wasn't listening. So inform me.
Fuck you too. No, but essentially, Warner Brothers successfully filed a new patent that's going to go in effect, I think, February 20th, 23rd, 20th, somewhere around there. But it's a new patent on the Nemesis system that was implemented into the Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor games.
Okay.
Yeah, and essentially the way this patent works, or this Nemesis system, which is the patent's main focus, is that in that game you have like chiefs, captains, high-level orcs that you need to be killing. But
Yeah.
what makes this Nemesis system so unique, I guess, is that none of these orcs are ever the same in terms of name and attributes and strengths and weaknesses, and it's a constantly evolving system. So like you can kill all of them, and then just like, I don't remember how you do it. I think you like sleep, quote unquote sleep, and then the system cycles itself. So all those captains that you killed are replaced. Or if you make two captains fight and one of them dies, then that captain was replaced.
Yeah.
And essentially what this patent is no one can make any systems in their games even remotely close to that. Which is fucked up because, it's even gayer when you realize that this entire game is a game that takes from other games. Nothing in this game is objectively uniquely their own. Even the Nemesis system itself is said to have been taken and reused for their own game. So for Warner Brothers to come out and say, hey, you can't copy us, but we're going to take your own shit, is even more fucked up.
Yeah, it's kind of lame.
It's kind of gay.
Like all these spam things you're giving me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't support like the idea of, hey, we're gonna copy and make the majority of this project copying, but then we're gonna lawsuit your ass if you make anything even remotely similar.
Yeah, and
Because it's not even their idea at that point. It's like,
not only that,
we copied
it's,
first, nobody else is allowed to copy. Like, that's
Yeah, but-
kind of what it feels like.
not only that, it stifles creativity. People are going to be, I guess for lack of better words, they're going to be shackled because they're going to be afraid to exercise those creative muscles because
Yeah.
they can't, it's like being told what you have to do in order to not get sued.
Yeah.
And while we're
It's
on
like-
patents,
It's like
go
the
ahead.
copyright claim system on YouTube. You just have to work around so much shit that it's not even fun sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's all I have to say.
I haven't had that problem in a long time. Minus my Game Awards video. That one was copyrighted hard, which hurts. I still haven't
Yeah.
recovered from that fucking copyright. I still get comments and views on that fucking video, so if only I got the check for that video, it would have been nice.
Honestly,
Really would have.
yeah, I mean, I do think that's kind of messed up, especially if that becomes like a commonplace thing in gaming. Like, if that practice ends
Copyrighting
up.
systems.
Well, no, I mean, like,
No, he's talking about patents being filed.
yeah.
Because if that
Yeah,
becomes
what
a
if
trend,
Patent is done. in
No, hold on.
games?
Hold on. That was something I was going to talk about in a second in terms of other patents. But not only that, if this is something that becomes acceptable, then you're talking about companies basically monopolizing entire fucking genres essentially.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
like
then you're gonna be stomping out more creative muscles, and essentially you're just gonna get more and more Call of Duties, more and more fucking Witchers. You know, at least Witcher was good, I guess, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's essentially gonna be the
it's
same
like
product
you're
every
not
year.
gonna be able to have a shooter that, you know, like a first-person shooter where you have grenades and like melee and shit. Like Call of Duty could just be like, "Yep, this is ours now. If you make it, you're fucked." Or like Bandai Namco could be like, "Yeah, anybody who ever makes like a Dragon Ball game again, yeah, bend over." Or, you know,
Or like Nintendo just like copyrights platformers altogether.
yeah,
Yeah.
Indie developers would be fucked.
yeah, just like if that becomes acceptable like widely in the gaming industry, that is going to be very bad. Gaming itself will probably die out or be very barren because like you'll only have the same minds doing each like specific creative process, and like that's what makes gaming so great is like you can have millions of different minds making like their own versions of the same like concept, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like there's so many franchises that blew up because of like fan games and shit like that. Like the Slender stuff, I believe firmly that like the whole horror genre wouldn't have blown up as extremely as it did back in like the early 2010s on YouTube if there weren't so
Dude,
many
mic
Slender
quality is
fan
much
games.
shitter.
Damn, you hate to see it.
Okay, now it's back. Why? It's confusing.
What do you mean why?
It's okay. I don't know. Your mic quality just went down for like
Oh,
a
I
good
thought you were
10
asking
seconds.
why I thought what I thought. You heard what I said though, right?
No. Yeah,
Yeah. I was
but like I
I
don't.
was
It's okay because I don't really like horror games, anyways.
But like you get what I mean. Like that whole genre exploded because of um, the Slender
PewDiePie.
games like exploded, and so did Amnesia because of all the fan games that were just everywhere. Like if they weren't
Yeah,
there,
then you get people like PewDiePie playing them.
yeah, and you know, if they didn't blow up, then we probably wouldn't have ended up with Outlast being as big as it was, which led to Outlast 2, or like Layers of Fear, or like any of the Bloober games, or just anything along those lines.
I really don't like horror games. I'm gonna be real.
I was just using that as an example. There's other games that like blew up because of fan games.
I know. I'm just giving my opinion.
Yeah.
That's also what I'm doing in the chat here.
Cynic, do you have anything to say on that whole topic other than you don't like horror games?
Huh. Nah, I
He's just
for the most part
mesmerized
completely
by
agree
our
with
group chat here.
Yeah.
Nah, I muted that shit.
Bro, I keep this
Mr.
group
Kim,
chat
just pinging
muted.
next.
But as far as horror games go, fuck, dude, I've been dying to replay Dead Space. I can't remember shit of that game for the life of me.
You know, it might have just been that I kept getting either soft locked or just didn't know what to do, but I didn't really have the greatest experience on Dead Space.
I'm just gonna go ahead and mute you.
Damn.
Nah, I'm kidding. No,
But-
like what? What was?
But I can't say that it was a bad game because I think maybe 20 minutes into the gameplay, I got to this area and I don't remember what it would tell me to do, but no matter what I did, it wouldn't like trigger the next area or like next thing to happen. And so I would get soft locked, and like no matter how many times I reset or whatever, it would keep giving me that issue. And so like I just didn't really get to enjoy the game. So I didn't have a good experience, but I can't like say it's a bad game. You know what I mean? Like I'm
I mean, I
definitely
suppose.
down to go play it one day. You know something
I haven't
I'm
played it.
like extremely looking forward to?
No.
Little
What?
Nightmares
Titanfall
2.
3.
The fuck is that?
Little Nightmares?
Yeah.
It was a horror game. Little Nightmares 2 came out
Isn't
a
it
couple
a
of years ago.
platformer?
Yeah. Um, basically, you're like a child, and like you're just kind of going through. I don't really remember many of the details, but like your world just is like kind of transforming around you, and like everything is worse than it actually is, and it's just really, really good. And I want to play the second one so bad.
Okay.
Shut the fuck up, Weenie.
I'm
starting to
acknowledging
hear
you,
that.
retard.
But Cynic, what other games have you been like wanting to get into, like in the horror genre?
Well, I mean, it's not so much getting into, more like going back to. Because
Yeah,
for the most
yeah.
part, I'm kind of with Weenie. I don't really like that genre.
Oh,
But beyond Dead Space, I think the closest thing would be Fear. But I mean, objectively, is that even really considered like a real horror game?
I don't think I've played it, so
I'm pretty sure that's considered a horror game. Yeah.
let
Yeah,
me
see,
look
that's
that
what I
up.
was thinking. I mean, it's primarily a FPS, but yeah, it's like what, psychological horror, quote unquote, like
I
a
love psychological
based.
horror. I don't like traditional horror, but I love psychological horror.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it when it like actually messes with your mind. Like instead of just like the classic shitty jump scares like every other corner.
Yeah.
I like it when it makes you
But speaking
think.
of past shit, I've been playing a lot of old games. Like I've been replaying all the Borderlands games, and then there's the Dead Space series I want to dive back into. But there's fucking something else I've been playing. I can't remember. Oh, Dying Light's another one. I'm kind of sick of modern AAA games. You know, I've just been kind of banking on the older shit.
I started playing Dying Light like a week or so ago, and I just didn't get into it.
It's one of those games that's really good post story or post game. The story's kind of whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It seemed I just didn't have the patience. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. It's something you kind of gotta. Yeah, the game starts off kind of slow too, unless you go out of your way to like farm XP. And yeah, it does feel very fucking slow at the start.
Yeah, I just didn't really get into it. Like, there's the guy that wanted you to set the traps, and I put down traps, or not put down. I like activated that shit, and then it got dark, and I just sat in a safe zone for like 20 minutes straight, and I was like, nah, just quit the game. Haven't gone back to it since.
Yeah,
I
Cynic,
think that's gonna be what my next video's on.
I'm not gonna lie, like I kinda like agree with you on just the kinda tired of modern AAA games. Like something about them just kinda feels, I don't know, like tired. Like I don't feel tired of them, it's just they feel tired, if you know what I mean. It's like it feels like a lot of them tend to try to milk the same thing 18 different ways, and they're just genuinely out of ideas. Like there's just nothing left to pull away from it.
You know what? I think the word tired is actually like a really good way to describe it. Like, they're not bad games. They just have that sort of tired feeling to them.
Yeah, it's like it feels like they're ready to give out, if you know what I mean.
Just
Like-
feel like an old animal. It's
Yeah.
just ready to fucking die.
Yeah, because like they just have nothing left to give. Like, you look at the Call of Duty series, which I know people talk about way too often, but I mean it's a great, you know, like example. It's been going on for so long. Like, you can't keep covering like the Cold War 8 different ways. You can't remake like World War II games and World War I games. You know, you can't. For the majority of the time, futuristic FPS games just don't work anyway. Like, they're usually just shit. Because people tend to try to put too much into like the futuristic movements and stuff, rather than like actually adding into good like gameplay that pulls you in. Or you even look at other things, right? Like, you try to find just a like a story game. A lot of story games that have come out recently, it's like they all tend to try to have like a common like goal, whether that be like they give you this cool character and it's like you want to be like them, and then it turns out like they're an asshole or something, or like they all just try to have like some massive cliche twist at the end where, you know, it's just they just feel like they have nothing left to give. I genuinely believe it's like time for a new like wave of game companies.
I think game companies should invest in VR more.
That would, I also think would be really cool. Like,
I think right now too
really-
many people still see that as a gimmick, though. I think someone.
I
It
saw
wouldn't.
as a
It wouldn't. It would have to be more than just one game too. That really gets people to like look at shit or look at VR. That's more than, you know, just a gimmick, like I said. Because I don't think that. I think that's how people still see it, right? For the most part. I mean, do we even have full-fledged AAA games on VR? Maybe one or two at most. No.
Yeah, I think we have. Well, we have Half-Life Alyx, and then there's a few others that I honestly can't name off the top of my head.
and I think that's where Cynic's coming from. Like, it's not, it's well known, but like it's not often
There isn't enough
used.
content.
Yeah,
There isn't enough content there for the average consumer to just go and buy VR.
yeah, especially with how
Which
expensive
adds-
it is.
Which adds to it being a gimmick, because like you said, the lack of content. So it seems like, well, if the developers aren't going to put in the time to invest that much replayability or that much shit to give me a reason to play, then why should I invest in this product to begin with?
Especially,
Okay, so lack of content was a big thing for me, but hear me out here. Alright? I found that, well, on the Quest 2 specifically, there's a modding community, and holy shit, they have a lot of content to offer. At least 10 times more than the actual, like, Oculus Store and all the games that they have to offer. There's so many, like, VR ports and, like, mods for other games to, like, put them on VR and stuff like that. It's just... I was honestly in awe of...
one way you have
much
to think about that is modding is kind of a tailored experience, because majority of people tend to not like want to dig into how to start modding and, you know, setting all that stuff up. And
People don't feel comfortable, essentially. They don't want to
Yeah.
risk breaking their hardware
They're
and
lazy
then
pieces of
having...
shit.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would say like
When
even in my
you have to
case,
go
like I grew up...
download- I'm sorry.
Yeah, like just the sources, and then hearing you have to fuck with like game files, and, you know, not knowing what you're doing. It's all that uncertainty and having to go out of your way to make that experience. It's just an entire experience in of its own that kind of just discourages the people. And I get both sides of the spectrum, you know. Essentially, when you know what you're doing, it's incredibly easy and definitely rewarding. But on the flip side, if you don't know what you're doing, it's fucking horrifying. And
Yeah, like if you have
kind
a
of
hard
frustrating.
time, if you have a hard time like changing your Windows like color theme, like there's no way in hell you're gonna sit there with your, you know, like leaning back, downloading 8 different installers and like 4 different file converters just to like put, you know, a mod into a folder. You know.
Yes. And it's even harder with like VR and shit because you have to go and sign up to be an Oculus developer, which I still haven't even figured out. Well, I did all the steps, I just won't actually go through. It probably has to do with my shitty internet, but you know, it is what it is. There's just a lot of steps.
Another thing
A
is
lot of effort.
with the tailored experience part, unless I'm wrong, that modding is PC specific, correct?
Oh no, well you need a PC to do it, but you can actually like put standalone, like there's a Doom 3 port that you can put on VR and like for the Quest 2, and once you download it onto there, it's all cables free again, and you can just play the game.
Well, yeah, like you would need a PC, and that also I think kind of puts into why it's not as mainstream, because there's 2 other types of mainstream gaming systems, and that's Xbox and PlayStation. And, you know, then you have to be that 1/3 that has it. So I think, you know, I don't know. I genuinely kind of agree with Cynic. Like, we have to get more games that, like, plug and play you could use it on.
Yeah, I'm genuinely enjoying my VR experience, so.
Oh, I'm not saying people wouldn't, like, if they did get it. I'm
You
just
know
saying.
what? I got several games on VR, and the one I'm enjoying the most is Beat Saber.
Oh, I
like-
want that so bad.
It's just so much fun. Just so much simple fun. It's like Doom.
I want it so bad.
Just simple fun. It's I would definitely recommend it.
While we're
Quite-
still talking about games and like content and stuff. So, I know I was kind of kicking the dead horse that is the Call of Duty shit train.
Hey, I like Call of Duty.
Well, I mean like I meant like the train of people that just dog on Call of Duty all the time.
I didn't like you call it trash. No, I'm kidding.
But
You
I
know
was
go ahead. I
I
got
was
something on COD too, but
thinking of,
it'll
like-
be after.
I was thinking of some stuff that like they could do that would probably make the series feel less just cash cow, like milked out, like there's just nothing left. Because what have we seen, right? You know, like we've seen Cold War, we've seen a little bit of like Nam fight, we've seen like World War 1 and 2, you know, all that kind of stuff, like the big American wars. I think it'd be kind of cool, because I was in history class and we were talking about this. Wouldn't it be cool to like see different wars from other points of view? And
No.
You mean like
No,
what
it
they
wouldn't.
did in, say, World at War, where you got multiple perspectives in the campaign?
yeah, like that game was incredible. Versus, you know, you're like the same American or some other person, but now you're working for like the U.S. military, going and doing whatever. Like we were talking about this one battle. It was like a 2-month-long battle in one apartment building, where the Russians fought off an entire.
Stalingrad.
Yeah. Okay, so you know what I'm talking about.
I'm a World War II nerd. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
me too. Like that would be so cool to be able to see, like from a Russian perspective. Like you're sitting in that apartment building, you know, with a bunch of like civilians who are scared for their lives, and you're just like hand to hand fighting off, you know, like Nazis. You know, like it's still the same like Nazi topic that we've seen over and over, but it's a whole new perspective. Like you're sitting there being pushed back in the winter, you know, and like you're trying to find different ways to use that to your advantage, and it's like, you know, your people are like really just giving out, but like you're not given the choice to give up and stuff. Or
Yeah, I think
mean-
that aspect of World War II is so fucking interesting too. That's a side of the war that is not explored enough, in my opinion.
yeah, especially in our country, because we tend to just talk about where we did good.
I think there was actually a PC game. I don't remember. I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure it was a World War II game, and it actually took place in Poland. So it was Poland versus Germany. So you got to see firsthand what was going on in that like 3 weeks that Poland held out for.
See, like that stuff
What
would
if we
be
got a
awesome.
game where? What if we got a game where you could like play as a Vietnamese soldier or something?
Yeah, like see all
I
of
think
that
that'd
type
be
of
dope,
stuff.
but that would be almost too much in today's climate. I think people would be too peaceful. Like, because I thought would be really fucking neat is like looking at like say the Battle of Iwo Jima in the Pacific during World War II, but you're fighting for the Japanese, and you're basically told, if you get captured, you got to kill yourself. You're not allowed to be, no surrendering to the enemy. I think that perspective would be badass, but at the same time, think about it. You really think anyone would have the balls to explore a setting or a plot like that?
The amount of shit they would get from like fucking snowflake journalists.
Yeah, I mean,
But it's just
in terms of everything, budget, development, time,
but like
backlash,
just imagine
marketing.
like the audiences that would cater to, um like you, Cynic, you can't convince me you're not a history geek because of your like growing up under the Call of Duty like campaigns, right?
No, I actually went the other way around. I was a World War II nerd, then World at War came out, which kind of just solidified it, I guess.
Let me
So,
Call
rephrase.
of Duty World at War was my favorite.
Well,
I bought
let me
that shit the other day
rephrase.
just to relive it.
Like, really, anybody who's played those games, like those Call of Duty games, it either lit one or kind of boosted a flame in them, like for history, right? Like even people that just don't really care for history, but like when you start living
No, I
through
still
that type
hate
of stuff,
history with a passion.
you're just a negative person. You hate everything.
And
Suck a dick. No, I'm kidding.
I'd tell him to do that, but he'd hate it too.
No, but yeah, I agree. Especially like the way World at War's and even Black Ops 1's campaign, like when
Yeah.
you have those little snippets of like real concrete history, then it kind of gives you a drive as a player and even as a person to kind of go out and say, wow, this really fucking happened. And then you experience firsthand those battles as a player. And yeah, to what you're saying, it does light that flame or boost it even more.
Yeah, so like
And it's just unfortunate that no one has the balls to even present a story like that anymore. I mean, World War II's campaign was a fucking tragedy. It could have been amazing,
yeah,
but they decided to play it way too damn safe.
yeah, like I think it would cater to those types of people who like have that care in those like war histories. It would spark something in the people who used to be Call of Duty fans or are Call of Duty fans now, but they're wanting something that's different, like outside of the usual oh, we're Americans, somebody like betrayed us and now we're gonna go kick their ass in like 18 levels, right?
we need a furry slaying simulator.
Actually,
Like,
I've got a
triple
friend
new one.
who's making an OST for one of those right now. Not even shitting you.
You gotta link me to that when it's done.
Okay.
I'll go and stream it in a furry server.
But yeah, like it would cater to so many audiences, especially I genuinely think stuff like that could revive the Call of Duty love for a lot of people. If they would just give us something that's in a whole new perspective. And it doesn't even have
Yeah,
to be
but
like go ahead.
I would say just look at how Cold War's doing right now. I mean, the sales and the popularity is still there for Call of Duty. It's just there's no passion anymore. They don't care. They do the bare minimum to please the suits. Like, I'd say the multiplayer's halfway decent, but then you have fucking skill-based matchmaking that is weirdly punishing, so no one wants to play that shit. And they go out of their way to ignore everyone that's asking them to, hey, just remove it, you know? Like, as a content creator, that would be like constantly doing the same thing, and then everyone that watches you says, hey, we support you, you know, you have our attention and we're behind you, but can you stop this? But
Yeah.
instead you ignore them and keep doing it. Like, there's no reason.
Yeah.
Like midnight there for a while.
I knew he was gonna say something.
I
But
mean, am I wrong?
no, you're not wrong. But yeah, I mean, like, and it doesn't even have to be something like World War II perspectives. It could be like just completely different wars that had nothing to do with America. Like, people like war. Like, that's just something people are into. Like, people like violence.
I love violence.
Exactly.
Violence is so cool.
Like, and if people got that from a whole new perspective,
I love child
like,
but
wait a minute.
Wait,
What?
can you repeat that, sir?
no.
Okay.
Like, imagine some of the Korean wars, like, between each other,
Some
or
of-
or
All of-
No,
like-
you know what would be a dope war that I think would be really interesting?
what's up?
The Chinese invasion of Japan. I said that backwards. The Japanese invasion of China before World War II kicked off.
Pearl Harbor Simulator.
Nah, like China was in the middle of a civil war, then Japan invaded them. I think it'd be interesting to see like the prospect of like a nationalist or even a communist soldier at war against your, you know, Chinese brethren, and then you see Japanese invading, and then there was a period there where even the Chinese were not stopping and fighting each other still. So you have a civil war going on because you have two knucklehead sides that refuse to give up, and then you have a fucking entire invader that just is demolishing everyone and committing all these atrocities and actually doing experiments on them. I think something like that would be interesting. Again, another war that's not really explored all that much.
Yeah. There's a lot of wars that I think could be covered and would be awesome to be able to just experience in, you know, like a first-person shooter. But people just don't care to, like, put history into it anymore. It's like they'll just take a topic that exists and then they'll make their own story on it. And they'll just be like, woohoo, we're Americans, we kick ass. And then they produce a AAA title and make millions.
Yeah.
And a big problem is you can't say, like, okay, Call of Duty fanboys or whatever, you know, producer that is starting to just make crappy games. You can't just be like, okay, we're all just going to quit buying their games for the next 10 years so they'll finally change what they're doing. Like, nobody's going to do that. Except for, like, a small, like, population of that. But at that point, like, it probably won't affect much.
I think it would have to be a combination of another great. The game doesn't have to be great, but it has to be enough to steal a huge chunk of players. Like, for instance, like if another Fortnite dropped and it did even more damage to fucking COD, and a lot of people came out and said, hey, if COD changed this, and they actually listened, like, I think there's not enough competition, and the competition isn't big enough to keep enough people engaged long enough to make those that are already established to genuinely care.
Yeah. Like, you go back a couple years and you had, like, Call of Duty versus Battlefield. Like, always somebody was either a COD fan or, like, a Battlefield fanboy. You know? Like, there wasn't
Of which,
that much
Did you-
competition, but there still was some, you know? And, like, it kept them both going.
yeah. Did you hear the new Battlefield was confirmed too? Coming out this year?
Really.
I haven't played COD or a Battlefield game in such a long time.
No word on what this new Battlefield is, but apparently there's even better physics now than ever. Someone described it as real-time destructible skyscrapers, whatever the fuck that means.
I guess
Dude, if
that
they
means...
could actually break on skyscrapers, bruh, I'd play the game just to like go be a fucking
Just-
demolition man.
And just go to the largest building and just start planting fucking C4 on all the pillars, just to watch the building collapse.
Just get like a team of the boys together just to like go knock down some buildings.
I think that's
I
one
think
thing
we
that
need more, we need more games with completely destructible environments.
I was literally just
be
about
really
to say. I think one thing that kind of turns people away from some games now is it'll be a game based entirely on destruction, but like the environments are like fucking concrete. Like, or I shouldn't say concrete because you can break that. You get what I mean. Like, they're not really part of your environment. They're just there to look there. You know, like you don't. Or something that really pisses me off. Those ones where like you can shoot something and it'll make a hole and then the hole will like slowly patch itself. Like,
Yeah.
like I would rather.
Nah, there's lore behind that, dude. That building was infused with the same DNA as Wolverine from X-Men.
But like,
Understandable.
I think a lot of people would like games a lot more where like if you threw a grenade at somebody and like it actually left a hole in the ground and like maybe like through a car, you know, like if there was a car nearby, or you know, like I don't know, you're shooting at somebody and like you start chipping off pieces of a wall like when you miss. Like stuff like that would be incredible to see. Like I genuinely think it would.
Doom has that. Haven't you seen where you like shoot some drywall pillars and they just absolutely combust? But like until you get to the actual like beam of this shit, like it just doesn't do anything else.
Yeah.
No matter what you use.
I was also gonna say, Doom does have that. Haven't you ever seen the hole in Mars? Come on,
Damn. He's got a point there.
dumbass. I just insulted, idiot.
Hear me out, lads. Cyberpunk, but with a completely destructible environment. For no other reason besides that.
That included with the bugs would actually make it game of the year. Like, imagine you like detonate the bottom of like a skyscraper and instead of going it down, it just fucking goes up. And like
It
you
just
just
falls upward.
Did you guys hear that? There's been mods on that game that have been known to like leak your private information to the modders.
No.
Yeah, it's
I
a
feel
big
like that-
There's a sex mod.
Huh?
There's a mod where you could fuck Keanu Reeves. And,
Oh yeah, I know that.
CD Projekt Red removed that. It was really sad. I wanted to play it.
Why did you not play it? Come on, man.
I didn't have time. Okay?
You didn't have time to fuck Keanu? That's fucked up.
No. I'm sorry, man.
Bro, I'm just
My
saying,
internet wasn't good enough.
I'm not gay, but I would give pretty much any multimillionaire celebrity like the best of top.
No, I think you're just gay.
I mean, if you've got money,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Look, bro, I
Hey,
would
you wanna be a bank
I would
kid?
like actually be. I would actually be a fucking sex doll if I got to like go live in a mansion.
Get yourself
I
a
don't
sugar
think you're-
daddy.
I don't think you're legally of age to even be announcing this.
Yeah,
fucking
he's got
care.
a point.
Like, fucking send me to Joe Biden. See what happens. I'm
That's
telling
right.
you, I would inherit
comes out of
every
freedom.
dollar.
He goes on the podcast again. That's right, boys. I'm Joe Biden's bitch.
Bro, I would
yeah.
hit that shit so good. I would inherit every dollar.
Nah, you're too
You
old
would
for
earn
him, bro.
every dollar too.
I'm too developed for Joe Biden.
You gotta somehow look like you're 8.
I have a bit too
Yeah.
much hair on my arms.
It's just a
Put
tad
on
bit
some
too
makeup,
long.
do some shaving. Maybe get some gotta chop off a few inches.
I swear, people like that make me so uncomfortable. It's like, What do you like about that type of shit? Don't answer that.
I wasn't going to. I was.
However, feel free to answer that in the comments. Interaction, boys. The interaction.
To catch a predator.
To catch a predator. Hey, comment down below what you like about children.
We totally won't
Sure.
report your ass.
YouTube might. Not our fault though.
Yeah, give us ad revenue. We'll give you jail time.
Fair trade.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds about right.
Sounds like
Yeah, that's 3 square meals for him.
Exactly, bro. And if you get put on death row, like, you can get whatever the fuck you want. Except a child, which might be, like, why you didn't do it, but...
yeah. Have you ever seen that that freaking the meme where they like we're launching a pedophile into space, and there's like, oh no, what's this? There's an 8-year-old boy on board the ship with him. This is the last thing we wanted to happen, and just cuts out with like a little news anchor diddle, like jingle,
Yeah.
not diddle.
No, that's what he's doing.
Yeah. That
Hey.
boy's good.
Hey, yo, Cynic, what are you playing over there? Like, that keyboard has been going all night.
I'm
Yeah,
typing.
or-
I'm
Oh.
writing you. You're in trouble.
Damn.
He's filing a report to the FBI about your online activities.
Yeah. Diddle's
It's a bit
kids.
Like what?
That.
Reads Steam reviews and plays Doom Eternal?
Told him stop hitting up that little boy. He said,
Hey, you want me to leak our DMs, Exel?
"Whoa."
You up-
The only thing I can think that's in our DMs is that one video of the lady getting, like, fucked senseless.
I
that headless
I
fit.
don't. Want
Yeah, we don't know if it was rape because she didn't have a head, so, like, it didn't look like she was scared or not.
Yeah, she probably consented.
I have nothing to do with this conversation.
Okay,
I don't know what's
first
going
off,
on.
let me say the video's fake.
Is the video fake? It's probably not, is it?
Weedy just sent the screenshot where I asked him if he was gay and he said depends who's asking, and I said works for me, I'll take that as a medium. Here's a picture of my cock.
And then he sent me a picture of his cock.
No, I didn't. I don't remember what I
Yeah,
sent you.
Hey yo, you
I-
want to see a picture of his cock?
No, I'd rather not.
Nah, I haven't sent that to anybody, I think.
I have. You want to see mine?
No.
Your whole games.
Wait, what'd you say?
Didn't you send like a picture of your balls to your entire school?
No.
You want to
Says
see
maybe.
that actually? No.
He's too much of a pussy to do it. Pussy.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of funny though, not gonna lie. I might do it one day.
Sure.
Alright. So we've got about 7 more minutes, or actually 6 more minutes. What do you guys have going on soon that like you want to announce or plug?
Let's do a cock review.
Cynic, you're the only one of age.
Moving on. Wait, what? I'm not showing.
Hey,
I'm gonna-
you want to see what Gigabyte's software has to offer? Their RGB software. Yo, check this out.
You love to see it.
The fuck is this?
That's RGB Fusion. What else?
I don't know what that is or what's going on.
Oh man,
You know
the
that
people who are
thing-
watching this are gonna hate listening to you talk about stuff that you send, and then they're not gonna see it.
Okay, here's the
I would
screenshot.
say just show it in the podcast still though. At least provide a
Yeah,
little bit of
just-
context.
It takes
The
me like
images of-
an hour just to figure out
It's like-
how to like cut out this gray color of Discord.
Yeah, that sounds like a personal problem to me.
It is.
I say just have gameplay in the background. Fuck it.
I would, but
Yeah,
like,
just record
I
our
have no recorded gameplay.
You wasted 5 hours on a stream today. What do you mean?
Yeah, that doesn't mean I recorded it.
Damn. Imagine being a YouTuber and not having backup footage.
Yeah, I had to clear out my SSD because it was getting full.
So
Dude, I
you,
have so much
delete
backup
it all?
footage. Now that I got a 4 terabyte hard drive.
Yeah,
I'm about to buy another one, dude. I'm about to buy fucking 12.
bruh.
Shut up.
I
was gonna get a
wish.
few- I was gonna get like an NVMe SSD, like a 1 terabyte, and I was gonna get 2 more SATA SSDs, maybe like a few terabytes of that, because just so I could like fill up all the slots in my PC. But I decided I didn't want to, so I wanted to have more money for a car.
I need to get me a big hard drive because all of my drives at the moment are kind of doing their own thing, and I've got a 500 gig SSD for like recorded footage.
That hurts to hear.
What, you don't have 6 terabytes?
I don't have 6 terabytes in my entire PC.
I almost closed Discord.
2 of my drives are redlined though, so
You should probably fix that.
we don't talk about that.
What's that mean? 2 of your hard drives are redlined?
There's barely any space left.
Ah! I am retarded. Ignore me.
Yeah, we could Why is Borderlands 2 installed on my
Oh, yo,
SSD?
Cynic, you want to say the thing?
And